by attacking Iran's nuclear sites, ballistic missile factories, and killing military commanders and nuclear scientists. Israel's actions now threaten to drag West Asia into an all-out war. Are things headed in that direction? Iran has already promised fierce response. But how exactly will it hit back? What are its military options? And how devastating could that counterattack be? We break it all down for you. Earlier today, Iran launched more than 100 drones towards Israel. In fact, the air forces of Israel and Jordan claimed to have intercepted the Iranian drones. The IDF claimed to have control over the situation. But was Iran's counter-drone attack just a test run by Tehran? Was Iran testing Israel's air defenses before a more coordinated strike? Because let's not forget, Tehran already fired over 180 ballistic missiles and drones at Israeli targets in October last year. Those strikes reportedly managed to damage Israeli air bases and critical military infrastructure. A repeat or a worse strike could now be on the table, and statements by Iran's top leaders clearly giving that indication. The supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, in fact, called Israel's action a declaration of war and vowed a bitter and painful retaliation. President Masoud Pezeshkian echoed that warning, saying Iran will make Israel, quote-unquote, regret its foolish actions. And following the killing of senior commanders, including the IRGC chief, Iran has announced replacements for the Revolutionary Guard and Armed Forces leadership. Khamenei named Mohammad Pakpour to replace Hossein Salami as the commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, and Abdul Rahim Mousavi to replace Mohammad Bagheri as the chief of the Armed Forces General Staff. The reshuffling signaling that Tehran remains committed to maintaining control amid the chaos. So what can Iran do next? Can the country once again breach Israel's Iron Dome or have an even more impactful response than the one it carried out last year? Because Iran has the arsenal to do that. The Sejil is one of its primary medium-range ballistic missiles with a reach of up to 2,500 kilometers, enough to hit anywhere in Israel. And then there is the Khorramshahr missile with a similar range of 2,000 kilometers. Iran's Emad missile is also in this range category. The Shahab 3 and the Gadr missiles are also part of Iran's core arsenal, and both are capable of carrying conventional or non-conventional warheads over a distance of roughly 2,000 kilometers. But missiles are not Iran's only weapons. It also has advanced drones capable of carrying out devastating strikes. The Shahed 149 Gaza can fly up to 4,000 kilometers with a payload of 500 kilograms. It's designed to carry precision-guided bombs and missiles and conduct surveillance missions deep into enemy territory. Another drone, the Shahed 136, often referred to as a suicide drone, has a range of 2,500 kilometers and can carry up to 50 kilograms of explosives. It uses GPS guidance and swarming tactics to overwhelm radar systems. These tools can give Iran a range of options. In fact, from symbolic retaliation to a full-scale military counteroffensive, Tehran can launch a one-time strike on Israeli military assets, or it could opt for a prolonged shadow war involving drones, missiles, attacks through its proxies like Hezbollah, Houthis, militias in Iraq. One possibility is a direct strike on Israel's nuclear infrastructure. Over this week, Iran has on multiple occasions publicly said that it possesses intelligence on Israeli nuclear facilities, among other key documents related to its military infrastructure. Chief among them could be Israel's Dimona nuclear site in the Negev desert. The Negev nuclear facility has been operational since the 1960s. Also in its target could be the Sorek Nuclear Research Center and the Palmachim Air Base, both located near Tel Aviv. The Zakaria Air Base, thought to host part of Israel's second strike capability, could also become a primary target. The stakes could not be higher. What happens next could define the situation in West Asia for years, maybe even decades. Iran has the motive to retaliate. The only question now is not if, But when, where, and how hard?
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.